So you must have also to do a lot of extensive learning from all the gurus, because then you have the knack of Sufi singing, then Western. How you have incorporated so many different kind of verses. So how much of training did you have basically, and from how many gurus?
So I learned, like I said, I started when I was very young. And so I had some wonderful gurus when I was learning, but they were more like, say, teachers. And I say the difference between a teacher and a guru is I don't think I understood what a guru was at the time. I think my first understanding of a guru was the Dagar brothers when I learned from them because of the way the love they gave me and the guidance they gave me, and एक अपनापन कि इस बच्चे को अपना लिया है, इसे हम पढ़ाएंगे, हम सिखाएंगे, that sense of family. So there was them, of course, there was Shubha Mudgal, there was also Sarathi Chatterjee, who is one of my such a kind, wonderful, encouraging guru as well. And the nice thing for me, I think, has been that even when I've gone on to create my own work and I don't necessarily go back to my gurus, the fact that each of them, whatever they gave me, khule dil se diya, with integrity, and they gave me things that I can carry with me, learnings that I can carry with me, just like my teachers from school, for the rest of my life. In fact, interestingly, there were two other gurus, and one was a Western music guru who is, and I think that this is the lovely thing about life, or also agar aap apne aap ko puri tarah se, you open your heart to accept and to receive. One of my Western music gurus is about 15 years younger than me, and there was दिमाग में ही नहीं आई ये बात कि मैं अपने से, मतलब how can I learn from someone younger than me? नहीं, but it because I was actually very excited to learn from someone younger than me because the approach is different, and they themselves are going through a struggle. So sometimes when you learn from a very senior guru, they have gone through the struggle, तो वो भूल जाते हैं. It's like child birth ना, आप भूल जाते हो कि कितना दर्द, कोई एक्सीडेंट हुआ, कोई चीज़ हुई, आप दर्द भूल जाते हो. But when someone is a student themselves, they are struggling, so they can tell you how to approach it. And so it's very interesting when you learn from so many different people. My theater guru, who I credit with so much for having me, she wasn't even a guru actually. When I started working with Amal Alana, I did theater for a while when, I went through a very difficult time when my mother was detected with cancer. And for that whole year that we were trying so hard to get her to be better, I think that पूरी तरह से मैंने अपने आप को, I mean, I had devoted myself to my mother because she was still is, she was my soulmate, the love of my life. So, we were given this very bad news that she only had 4 or 5 months to live, and we decided not to accept that. And so, ek saal dat ke, we really prayed and we went through every medical possible, I think, chance that we could find to help her get better, and she did. But when she was better and I wanted to get back to music, I think I was so heavy in my soul कि मेरी आवाज़ वो नहीं थी या नहीं निकलती थी या कुछ एक भारीपन था दिल में. And I think I've always sung, or like to believe that I sing from my heart and my soul, because to me that is the language. Music is the language of my heart. It's my purest voice in terms of it's my truth. So when I say it's my purest voice, मेरी सच्चाई है. And even if and I think that, and so I'm digressing a little, but what I mean is, I wasn't able to sing, and I started to do theater as a vent almost. And it was something that came to me one day that let me try. And through that journey, I met Amal Alana. And through Amal, I learned some beautiful lessons that so much of our life we spend in the search of perfection. कि नहीं करना, I'll do it later when I'm good at it, or I won't do it in front of people, I'm not good enough yet. We're very hard on ourselves. And it's good to be critical of yourself and not think you're fantastic, but it's also good to accept that flaws, mistakes are part of the learning. And you must understand that what is perfection, what is success. For people to say, "Aap successful hai, nahi successful," those are just, it's so subjective. The truth of the matter is you have to start searching. If, to my mind, my understanding now is my perfection is just quite simple, that I want to tell the truth through my music, my truth. Now my truth is perfect only because it's real. It may have mistakes, but it's still honest. So I just believe that this whole thing of where we were being so hard on ourselves, where I started to discover that even if there is a mistake, even if there is quote or a flaw in whatever you're doing, as long as there's honesty in it, it will be beautiful because it's and it's your unique individual truth, and because it's your unique truth, it will be beautiful. Like I say often to young students that I work with, sometimes I say, you listen to a song which is perfect, I mean, आवाज में एक भी गलती नहीं है, सारे नोट्स परफेक्ट हैं, आपको पता है कि उसको स्टूडियो में ऑटो ट्यून किया गया है, मतलब एवरीथिंग इज ऑन रिदम बीट, एंड आपको लगता है हाँ वेरी नाइस, बट इट डजंट टच यू हियर। और आप सड़क पे चल रहे हैं और आपको सड़क पे बैठा कोई इंसान जो अपनी दर्द भरी टूटी आवाज से, फटी हुई आवाज से उस समय गा रहा है, और आप खड़े होके आपके आंखों से आंसू क्यों निकलते हैं? क्योंकि वो सच बोल रहा है, अपनी सच्चाई आपको सुना रहा है, एंड दैट टू मी इज मच मोर पावरफुल देन समथिंग दैट्स जस्ट absolutely beautiful and perfect, because life is not perfect, and life shouldn't be perfect, because like I said, if there was no struggle, if there were no blemishes, you would not appreciate. Even the moon has spots, they say chand pe bhi daag hai. तो फिर that's what life is, and we spend so much of our life in this search of this elusive perfection. What is perfection? Each of us is perfect the way we are, because we have been made in the image of God. We've been made perfect. This is as perfect as we get.
हमसे जुड़े रहने के लिए सब्सक्राइब करें यूट्यूब पर, फॉलो करें ट्विटर और इंस्टाग्राम पर, लाइक करें फेसबुक पर, और ज़्यादा जानकारी के लिए नेशनल खबर की वेबसाइट पर जाएं। आपको टाइप करना होगा सिर्फ नेशनल खबर।